Hello everyone and welcome to another video. I am driving and vlogging, don't do this. Don't worry, I'm going like 20 miles an hour, well not 20, 30 down the motorway, so I'm in the slow lane. I'm actually headed up to Leicester. The reason I'm heading up to Leicester is because a friend of mine, Nir Patel, whose details will be in the description below, has kindly invited me up to go and see the Leicester City versus Man City game. So I'm really excited. Unfortunately, I had to bring a guest with me because otherwise the journeys are quite boring, and that's why I have brought J-Pal.
Hola, chicas.
Anyway, see, unfortunately I had to bring him with me. You know there's no women who watch this channel here. It's like 99% just men. So headed up to Leicester. It's not a bad drive up. It's like about 100 miles from London. But I thought, let me take the Aventador, stretch its legs a little bit, because what's the point in driving the car around just on these little short trips? So yeah, gonna head up now. I think gonna be there in about an hour or so. J-Bal's in charge of the music, but he keeps playing crap. Should be there in about probably like an hour or so. But I will check in with you guys maybe on the way.
Your number plate's fallen off.
Yeah, I know, that's why it's here. It's fallen off, so yeah, can't get it on. I don't know how to stick it on, to be honest. I didn't know that was there. Genuinely didn't know that was there. If it was, I'd put it on. One thing that is super annoying, if you guys are UK drivers, when you're driving on the motorways, these lanes, right? This is the fast lane. In the middle lane, of course, is the slower lane, and then the one on the left is the completely slow lane. Why is it that everybody is in this lane, hardly anyone's in that lane, and the other lane is completely empty? If you're one of those people, get out of the way. Stopped up at the services because I don't know what takes more fuel, my car or that. Literally. How you doing, Japes?
Okay.
Yeah, but how much food do you actually need?
This vegetarian body takes a lot of food.
Don't know what he's doing. Do you not need one of these? Should have one of those as well, yeah?
One each.
Help. He's been watered, he's been fed, 15 minutes away, I think. So yeah, can't wait to get to Leicester. Too much driving. So one quick thing that I think is really important to talk about is fuel economy. Now, I filled up this car before I left. So this is about 100 miles roughly. I think it's about 126 miles to get from London up to Leicester. And I filled up the car before I left, so full tank, which costs about £80 roughly. Thank you, saving me from getting a ticket. So it's taken about a quarter of a tank to get about 70 miles now. So I'm gonna check in when we arrive there, but I think roughly it's gonna cost the equivalent of about £30 to do this kind of 100-mile trip. And I think it probably in a whole tank will give you, depending on how you're driving, around about 200 miles or so. But if I stick this thing in Corsa mode, maybe 60 miles, no idea. Okay, shush. Right, so I've landed in Leicester. The Lambo is here. It's been quite fun driving it up, to be fair. I've been, I don't know, a little bit hesitant about taking the car up just because of the seats and everything and thinking that it's not going to be comfy, but I'm surprised it's actually really comfy. Now, I am standing in front of a garage, and there's a reason behind this. I've come up to see Mir. Remember, link in the description to check him out. There's a few cars in this garage. You see that? GD3 over there. So here's Mir, by the way, finally here. So, cool cars. We have got, just tell us what we've got here so we can just have a look around to first off.
Porsche Panamera.
Okay.
The new GT3.
Yeah.
M4.
Yeah.
Competition pack. Rolls Royce Ghost. Mini Cooper.
Yeah. So, funny thing is I know from your Instagram that this is not only cars you got.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Where the hell are the rest of the cars?
Let's go and check them out.
Should we go check it out?
Yeah,
Alright, fine. I'll show you guys around these cars in a little bit, but let's go and check out the other cars. The garage is actually pretty sick, so got all these kind of cool posters over there. Like I mentioned, the Ghost is over on that side. Mir's car, which is like the daily, so there with the number plate as well, which is really cool. The interior of this is really good. It's got that kind of steering wheel with like the whole rev counter and everything as well. GD3, you guys know I love this car as well. And then the Porsche, I didn't even know that the Panamera was here. But it's a cool little space because even through there, he's got like a little pool table and all this other stuff. But like I said, this isn't actually even all the cars. So we're gonna head over somewhere just down the road, I think, and check out the rest of the cars. So, we're in the storage place for where Mir has the cars. And honestly, sometimes I think it's more special to see where the cars are stored than sometimes when you see them actually on the road. But this is a little bit of a special place in how it's done, and it's kind of, you know what? Enough of me talking. Let me show you this. So I'm honestly like genuinely thrown, because I'm kind of like saying, what do I film next? What do I do? Do I go in that one? Do I show the interior? Obviously you can see it with all the doors up, which looks ridiculous. I mean, this, to be honest, is the picture. Just check that out. Crazy. This is, to be honest, I think my favorite is the SV. Reason being is just because of the color. It's not just about the whole Lambo thing or whatever. I know drivers will say GT3 RS or GT4 or something like that, and I've obviously raw driving experience, but for me, the way this looks is just amazing. And I think sometimes this actually looks, I've seen, I think, this color with a Roadster, but I think the coupe actually looks better like this. And look at that, all satin carbon everywhere. Everywhere on the wing, the whole section there. And the number plate is pretty cool as well. So, let's actually have a look in the cars, see what the specs are. Which one do we pick first? Let's go to this Aventador first here. So this is the kind of matte white, which is like, it's actually like a satin pearl white, and it is from factory. So you can see that just in the light, how amazing that looks. It's like a smooth finish. And the interior on this, now that is bold spec. So it's obviously going with the orange calipers, I believe. Yeah, the orange calipers. So I brought that into the interior. And you know what? Sometimes you say it's loud, but honestly, it looks so good. And this is not leather. This is like Alcantara. And so the Alcantara grips here as well. Interior carbon fiber and this as well. Remember, a difference between the older Aventador and the new one is that now they have the light package, so this actually all lights up. But this looks amazing. So, next, SV, kind of like mine, but a lot better, with the red everywhere as well. And honestly, I feel like the Alcantara is darker, and on here as well, you can get it on the dash there as well. But this looks so nice. Carbon, of course, everywhere, and these seats, similar to like the ones that you recently saw on the Performante, but, and I'm looking through to the other side, and there's an LT, which is crazy. So let's go and see that one next. I don't know if they call this like balloon white, is it balloon white or something like that? I don't know. Yeah. It's got orange flakes in the actual paint, apparently. So when you get up close, my camera's definitely not going to get that, but it looks amazing. And this is, I think as well, now these obviously when they came out were going for quite a lot over. Yeah. So people again are seeing them as collector's cars. And I think they did actually take a little bit of a dip. But then people realized, I think when the 720 came out as well, that how good these cars actually are. You've driven this one, right, of course? Yeah. Yeah, how does it feel to drive?
Yeah, it's quick. And the road presence is crazy, like you can see it from a mile away. And
the noise as well? I think the 720, when you guys probably heard it on video, you'd sometimes get excited when you change gear. Now this does it as well, man. So I think between third and fourth gear, you get this kind of like bang, like a bit of a pop, which is something you get excited about because McLarens don't tend to have the best noise. But this, I think, is one of the only ones that, and of course you've got the P1 and stuff, but sounds raw and still sounds really good. I don't think we need to compare it to that in terms of when you switch that on. But this is honestly a really, really nice spec car. And the interior on this, check this out. So it's got the full race bucket seats with the stitching saying 675 LT there. And then it's orange seat belts here with orange stitching everywhere. A really, really, really nice spec. Really, really nice. And of course there's a spider as well. So the roof comes off this one. And it looks pretty good, I think, when the roof's off. Should we take a look when the roof's off? Let's do that. And there it is with the roof off. Looks like such a good car as well. Looks so, so nice. Because especially hard tops, I'm not a big fan of soft tops, so that makes a really big difference. And honestly, you've still got a lot of clearance on the height as well. Me's a tall guy, so you know, he's got a lot of space in there still as well. It's really nice. Does the window go down as well? So you can do that at the same time. So the back here as well, you've obviously got the window. See, so that window goes down and it also goes up. So you can do that when the roof is up as well. So you can hear the engine noise as well. And the engine, check that out. I told you this was high spec. Can you see the carbon on the engine as well? Check that out. Carbon on there on the interior. So the other thing here is obviously the exhaust. These areas here where you can see underneath, the actual exhaust changes color. So if you look at it on that side, and then look at the color on that side. So the more you use this car, the kind of the hotter it gets, the exhaust actually changes. I don't know where to go to next, but I'm drawn to Ferrari, so let's check out the 458 Spider. See, this is ridiculously spec'd. Look at this. Carbon everywhere, on the door sills, on the kick plates, steering wheel, center column, dash, everywhere is carbon fiber, and actually on the rear section as well here. This is all rear carbon spoiler here, and the center bit here is all carbon as well. So, these are so nice. Obviously the engines are under there. You can't see them on these ones, which is the only thing for me which is a negative about the Spiders, is that you can't see the engine. But I do know that I think it is Novitec, which does now for the 488s, where you can get this section in glass. And I've seen one car with it where they changed it, and this whole section here is in glass, so you can actually see the engine, which is pretty cool as well. But I don't know if it was for the 458. So this one, obviously the 458 Spider is so special because this is the last one that came off the production line. And Oh, you guys know I love that tan interior, as I said on the FF recently. This one is loud. So I'm gonna switch this one on and just hear. That is so loud. You can see there as well, obviously sometimes when the cars are built up there and they spit out a little bit as well. But this thing is really, really loud. Mainly, obviously, compared to the 488. I mean, you had the 488, right?
Yeah.
So in terms of sound,
this sound,
you just can't compare it, right, at all. The 488s are really good. People keep thinking that say that they're not that good, but they are actually. They sound really good when they warm up and you're driving them. They sound really good. But this, you just can't compare.
I think there's nothing better than a naturally aspirated.
No, there's nothing better. Okay, Porsche's next for all the Porsche fans. Let's jump in one of those. So obviously GT4 behind, as you guys have seen earlier before. Love the details that Mir's done onto this car as well. So Porsche on the wing there, and of course the decals down on the side there. But this is a special one, the GT3 RS. And this one sounds really good as well, compared to the other Porsches. So if we switch that on, you're gonna hear it. The noise is actually pretty loud. It's not just because we're in here. See, a lot of people say that these don't sound good. Now, Mir, have you done anything to that exhaust? Nothing at all whatsoever. See, that's stock exhaust, and that's how it sounds as well. People who say Porsches don't sound good, check that out, that sounds good. Mir, thanks so much for having a look at all the cars. This is ridiculous. I think what we're gonna actually do now is go for a little bit of drive in the S, take the GT3 out because weather-wise it's perfect. But honestly, how often do you take the cars out?
I mean, not as often as we want.
Yeah, and obviously weather permitting as well.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're all driven, right?
Yeah,
They're all driven cars. None of these cars kind of just sit here. It's part of like a collection. And honestly, one thing I said to me off camera was I think it's a really smart collection. So you were kind of picking cars and choosing them on ones that you think are potentially going to not just appreciate, but going to hold its value at least. I mean, SV is a no-brainer. We all know about GT3 RSs. The 458 Spider, again, going up in value. The GT4, above list price anyway. And the LT Spider as well, like we know as well, that's above. So this is a really kind of smart collection as well. Maybe, you know, I should be a bit smarter with the cars I buy. Don't lose anything. But I'm just trying to take it all in because the cars are just so cool. And you guys know I love cars so much. And it's very rare that you see a modern day collection that has such a range of all the other cars as well. So some are like missing McLarens or whatever, but this has got, I think, a great overall cars that you can actually use because you can drive these cars out. Obviously the GT3 you can drive around anywhere. 458, I know from owning one, you can drive it anywhere as well. Aventadors, not as much, but it's nice for the kind of the show. But the McLarens as well is pretty easy to drive.
Not a daily, but you can definitely take it out a lot.
You can as well. So let's see, I'm going to try and convince Mir to come on a trip with me because I'm going to plan on maybe organising something with the Aventador S, or at least when the Performante comes as well. And
what car should I bring?
What car, exactly. In the comments below, let me know which car out of all of these you think should come on the trip. Because I've already asked you guys before to comment below and tell me which places and roads I should go. Top suggestions I think were some road up in Scotland. There was one that I wanted to check out in Norway, which I think is called the Great North Road as well. But once again, thanks a lot, Mir. Really appreciate it. We're not actually done now. We're going to go watch a football game. And then we're going to eat some food because you know I've always liked food. And then I start smiling. But yeah, that's been pretty fun. Bye, cars. Maybe see you soon. So guys, we are at the game. Hey, Bo. Welcome. Welcome. And Mir's here as well. We're headed to the game. There's the stadium for the bus. Oh, thanks for blocking it. But looking forward to it. Leicester versus Man City. So part of the hospitality is entrance into the food area. Mir is the plug. So we are here, you can either sit in here and you can watch on the screens, but why would you do that? I'm starving, I'm thirsty, I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna drink, and then we're gonna watch the match. So here at the game as well, which is kind of cool for people who don't see this stuff, it's obviously hospitality, you get all the food and stuff like I mentioned, but they actually give you like a little present. They give it to you in the box here, and then obviously because I've pre-opened one, here it is. They give you one that's like something for the game. So I don't know if you can see that if this thing decides to focus, but basically what it shows is it says Leicester and then Man City in there. And it's got like a little kind of thing of the game itself. See, so season 2017-18 with a little kind of thing in there that shows up. So that is actually pretty cool. The game's actually started, so I'm not like the best fan, am I? I should be actually going in, but just gonna finish eating and then gonna head out to the stadium in a second. Heading up to the stadium. Look at that view out. Gets off the seats. Game over. Karen, what was the score?
2-0 to Man City.
2-0 to Man City. What can you do? Right, where are we going now? Where are we going now?
Birmingham.
Birmingham. Yeah. Okay, Birmingham apparently. Right, game over. But headed out now back to Mears. We're going to pick up a few of the cars, go for a bit of a drive. And I think I'm actually headed to Birmingham now. So the plan was to stay in Leicester, headed back to Birmingham, some more food, but to meet up with a few cars. And I think there's going to be another Performante, a yellow one, and then some more other cars, and I don't know what's happening. But yeah, game was good. Thanks to Mir, the plug, for hooking us up. There he is over there. It was good fun, but wish Leicester City won. Anyway, see you in Birmingham. Quick pit stop on the way to Birmingham, out with the cars. Looking pretty sick. I want to show you something really special, and it's on the Performante. I don't think you can see anything on mine, no. I want to show you the exhaust section, and reason being is because on the Performante, the rear section, no, well obviously it's on the rear because it's the exhaust, but I don't know if you can see it here, but they actually start to glow. So can you see that in there? Yeah, you can just about see it. They're actually glowing. And then when this car's on the road, I'm going to try and get so you can see the flames. Apparently mine's flaming as well. It's got like this blue stream of flame, but that's crazy because it's fully glowing. I don't know if the other side is as well, if you can see it. Been a great day. Unfortunately, the car is right here and there is a transporter over there. What has happened to it? I don't know what to say really. Had a little bit of an issue. Maybe I was trying to keep up with the Performante, maybe I wasn't trying to keep up. Anyway, no, there's been a little bit of issues with the car. Nothing too serious, but Lamborghini are fantastic. Not like any other company that I've dealt with before. Lamborghini basically just turned around and they said to me, you know what, call Lamborghini Recovery. They'll pick up your car, stick it on there, and they're sending me home with a driver and a car and everything. So there's hopefully nothing too serious wrong with it. I think they just got to do a little update with it. So don't worry, nothing's happened to it. I haven't actually sold it, but it has semi broken a little bit. Yeah, but it's not being sold, nothing else. It's running fine, as you can see. There's no issues with it whatsoever. No problem. Car's running completely fine. As you can see, there's nothing wrong with it at all. Just a few little error lights, and because I'm doing like a 100-mile trip back down to London, I don't want to risk it. And Lamborghini have said as well, don't risk it. So like I said, amazing customer service. This transporter guy was here within an hour. So as I mentioned, when you're in Birmingham, your friends take care of you. Mo set me up. Rolls-Royce Phantom as my ride back to London. Oh, thank you, kind sir. This is the chariot to go home. Okay, I'm gonna jump in, and when we get on the road, I'm gonna explain to you why that is on a truck and I am in this. It's broken. What's wrong with it? Goodbye. So are you guys going back home, or is it for me? Get out, please. Thank you. Get in. Goodbye, everyone. It's been emotional. Thanks a lot. Mia, it's been good fun. You didn't really provide any like useful stuff today, but cheers. Karen, as always.
Sorry for breaking your mental, bro.
That is responsible. That is. I'm telling them all on the way back what happened, and it was you.
Mate, it wasn't me.
It was you.
It wasn't me. It was him. It wasn't me.
J-Pal, unfortunately, J-Pal's coming home with me. Bye, everyone. There, behind you. Right there.
I have this. Hold it, you have to hold it.
Japes, did you expect to be under the starlight?
No.
Nah.
We got massage seats.
Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye. I'm rolling.
They see me rolling.
It's time to explain to everyone what happened to the Lamborghini.
What happened?
So guys, I'm headed back home, down to London with this guy.
Well, let's get one thing straight.
Yep.
You changed your co-driver from me to Karen
Yeah.
That was your one mistake.
The truth really is, it was basically like a little error system that came up advising me essentially not to drive it. It's not a massive issue. I believe there's a little upgrade due on it anyway. Just hit 1,000 miles. I know there's like an early little check and service that needs to be done as well. It's nothing massive. It's not a major issue. No, I'm not selling it. No, I did not drink, and I couldn't drive back. I think I had 2 Diet Cokes and a pomegranate drink that is not suitable for men. I just jumped in the car. It had a few little error lights on it and stuff, and so I said, listen, let's not take the risk. But as you guys know, I am heading off to Chicago, Dallas and Miami on Thursday. So I maybe just pick up the car when I get back and they've sorted everything out completely. I hope you guys enjoyed today's vlog. If you did like today's vlog and you want to see more like this, then let me know. If you want to see more of J-Pal, let me know. If you don't want to see more of J-Pal, I'd appreciate it if you let me know, because I don't really like hanging out with him, and he's more expensive to fuel and feed than my actual Lamborghini. So leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all the usual bits, and I will see you guys in the next video.
Hit you way about your bread, you can't rock with us. Pussy nigga, you broke it, your pockets up.